Hey folks, welcome back to the Old Jarhead channel. I'm Eric, the Old Jarhead, and I appreciate you watching. Well, I just got out here to the cabin. It's about 2:30. Oh, let me check here. I lied, 2:49. It's quiet, as usual. I'm out here alone this trip. No buddies with me this time around. Tim was busy and the other guys were all busy, and that's okay. It's actually been a while since I've been out here by myself for a while, and you know, it's always awesome to have that help. But I'll admit, I like coming out when it's like this. It's quiet. I enjoy it. But boy, I've got a lot of work to do, folks. The snow's gone. Well, most of it. And as you can see, I've got a big old slash pile here, one over there. I got a big old mess here. So I've got slash to burn, slash to pick up. I need to get the box blade on the tractor. I'll be honest, this trip, boy, I got a lot to do, and I'm gonna try to bring it to you. The first order of business after getting moved in, which I'm mostly moved in now, is to just do a quick walkabout, kind of check on things, see what needs to be done. We were down here working last time, and I've got at least one little log there to pull out of here. That one probably just be a post, maybe for the McPrivy, the Taj McPrivy. So I'll have to come in here with the tractor and grab that post up right there, that little log. And I think I probably won't do anything in here this weekend, though you never know. You know, I've got chainsaws, and I'm up to it. As you probably know, if you've been on my channel a while, you know that I have back trouble. But I had another steroid shot in my back, and I'm feeling pretty good. So that's a good sign, but it also means don't overdo it, you dumb jarhead. So I'm definitely going to try to take it easy and not overdo it. But that's always easier said than done for me. Probably the reason I've got a bad back in the first place, right? But I've got work to do, and folks, it's spring now. And spring, well, that means cleanup. Every year I do as much as I can before the winter sets in. But once winter sets in and everything's covered in snow, things get left until spring. So I've got slash to burn. I don't think I'm going to burn slash this weekend. I think we'll leave that. Most likely we'll leave that, and a lot of this trash that needs to get picked up, I may not get to it. But it's hard to say. If I get the box blade on the tractor and the bucket, I can maybe do some of that. But the first mission, like I said, aside from moving in, is to get the sawmill running. I got my pulley changed out on my alternator, and I got an alternator and a nice brand new belt. I did not buy 2 belts. I was going to. And then I thought, you know, number one, I might be able to get those belts from another source, though what I'm reading now is probably not. The woodmizer belt is flat on the top, and a lot of the aftermarket ones you can buy are not, so they don't really work well. But one lasted me 8 years. So yeah, I figure I got a few years anyway on this one, but I'll order another one fairly soon. I'm gonna go over here and just kind of check on the sawmill and probably get geared up and get cracking on the sawmill fairly quickly. I need to go engage the knife switch on the generator too, so that the generator battery gets charged up. And so that's something I'll do first. Then we'll get over here and I'll get working on the sawmill. There it is, waiting for me. I got a log on there I can make a small D-log out of. So we'll get to that. Get that alternator changed out. Get milling that one down. I think that'll be, should be 3 cuts. Boom, 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 done, off the deck. Stack it up on here. And then these two little guys. Not sure what I'm going to do yet with them. This one here doesn't really measure well enough to probably get a D-log out of it. So I may just square that one up and see what I can get. Maybe a 6x6. I could use some of those. And then that little guy right there, well, we're going to find out how small is too small, folks. Because I'm going to mill it, so we'll see. But, so we'll get that done and hopefully, maybe, clean up my entrance here to my sawmill deck, because it was so frozen I couldn't do anything with it before the winter in the fall. And I certainly couldn't do anything in the winter, although I tried a few times. But man, I tell you, hard as rock, and there's a lot of rock in there too, so we'll see. So that's a mission for this trip, for sure. And then I've had some thoughts. So as you know, if you've watched my channel a while, I have a plan to mill enough D-logs, that's what you see here, to put an addition on the cabin. But we decided to hold off this year on the addition. I need to mill as much as I can first anyway. And I've got this DNR forestry thinning program I'm on. But there's a reason why I'm walking over here. So I've been thinking a lot about this area here. And I've got to thin these trees out still, but I think when I do, I may come in here somewhere. This tree's going too, but I may come in here, or maybe just right in this area, hard to say. Could be right here. And I think I'm gonna put a sawmill shed so that I can store all my sawmill stuff over here. Cant hooks and bands and that kind of stuff. Get it out of the way, and I've decided I'm going to build that with D-logs. I think it would be really good practice to put together, you know, something that's maybe 8x10, 7-foot walls and a vaulted ceiling, and just have it set up as a storage shed, barn style, no windows, no heat, no power. But someday it could become something else, who knows. But I think it would be good practice for building with D-logs. So that's one thing I want to do this year. That and this thinning project, it's definitely going to set me up with lots of logs that I can then take and make D-logs out of, and lumber for the cabin addition, and then the other cabin, the next cabin in the series. So this one's got a lot of work. I've got to not only clean things up around here, but I've got to get in here and build a foundation. But I don't think this year we're going to do the foundation. So what I may choose to do is put in some skirting, just to get some skirting in here. I think that'd be a good idea. Just to keep the wind out and the bigger critters out. It won't keep the little ones out, but the bigger ones out. So we're gonna fix some things under there here this weekend. Let me go ahead and deal with this generator real quick. It's pretty simple. I have this knife switch here, and I disconnect the battery whenever I'm not here. That just keeps it from dying on me. It's almost 3 o'clock. Because I disconnected, I always have to change the date. There we go. Now let's check the oil real quick. I'm just going to pull this one out. Oh yeah, we've still got half of the reserve tank, so we're good there. Oh, sorry about that. Might as well check my propane. This is just kind of the common routine when I come out here. Just kind of check on everything. Get a status update. We're about 48%, so lots of fuel. Sometime this weekend, I'm going to be pulling out that pipe right there. That 1-inch pipe. I thought I put in 1.5 inches, and so I got some 1.5 inch sweeps. Well, that's a 1-inch pipe. So I'm going to pull that out, reroute that, hang it back up a little better, and then somebody came to my rescue. I have a 11-year-old Ames 4,000 watt pure sine wave inverter, and it does not have the proper settings for LiFePO 4 batteries. And so I've been running it as good as I can. And it's been a little low. I think it gets like 28.8 or something, and it really should be shooting them with 29.1 to 29.4. in voltage for those LiFePO4s. And they've been doing okay because the solar panels are doing their job, and it will take the power at 28 volts, but it's not optimum. So a company called Sun Gold Power came to me and they said, how would you like to try out one of our inverters? Well, I'll be honest, I jumped on it because those inverters are expensive. I think I paid $1,300 for mine, and that was 11 years ago. So this one's not quite that expensive, but it's close. I think it retails for $1,000. And so when they offered to send that to me so I could hook it up and try it out, I jumped on it. It also has a LED remote instead of the lights that I have on the Ames remote. So that's going to be pretty cool, and I'll bring that to you when I put that in. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be tough because I just said earlier, I had another injection in my back, and I'm feeling really good right now. But that inverter is about 80 pounds. So I have a plan to move it and get it into place without hurting myself. That's at least my plan. And you know what they say, the best laid plans of mice and men. So we'll see if I can make that happen. But I think if I use the tractor or the ATV, I can slide it onto that, wheel it over to the location, and then use a ladder or something, you know, to slowly get it down into the back room. So I'll try that. We'll see. I'll bring that to you. But for now, I'm going to finish getting this stuff moved in. We're going to grab an alternator, and I'm going to go over there to the sawmill, get that sawmill fixed because it's 3 o'clock. I've got probably 2 more hours of sunlight and really 1 more hour of good working light, maybe an hour and a half. So I'm not going to mess around. So stick with me. In a flash for you, we'll be over there working on the sawmill. Let's get to it.